Sheri Simpson's goal is to raise the fitness level of North America by starting a walking revolution. She, like many, once believed that she could never get overweight and out of shape until it happened to her. She'll share her story about how she discovered the European fitness secret of pole walking and how she has turned that into a business, Keenfit, that she's been running for over 13 years. Welcome to the show, Sheri.
Nice to be here.
Now, is it true that you were the first woman on the cover of Builder Architect?
Yes.
While you were 9 months pregnant?
Yes.
There's got to be a story there.
There is a story there. Yes, I have 3 years of architecture, and originally, though, I started with just sort of more design business, and I got a little tired of the money I was making and a little frustrated with the way things were turning out on site. So I decided to start my own construction company and became the builder. So I buy the material, I design it, and go take it right to the end. And I get this phone call. I've been doing that for almost 17 years, and I get this call that says, "We've been following your career, and we'd like to put you on the cover of Builder Architect." And
wow!
Yeah, and they hadn't had a female on the cover for over 15 years. So I was the first female. So he arrives, we're at Starbucks, and he hadn't met me yet. We were having the interview, and he goes, "Oh my goodness, you're pregnant." And I said, "Yep, I'm in the building business, you know." So building a baby, and yeah, it was something else. I was pretty proud of that.
So they did it?
Yeah, we did it. And I was actually teasing, because remember the naked Demi Moore Vanity Fair cover?
Yeah.
And I said, "Look, I've arranged for no one to be around. The heaters are on, and I thought I'd do the naked Demi Moore. I'd wear a work belt, okay? Have my hands here, hard hat, okay?" And he looks at his eyes are like this, and he's like, and I said, "See you tomorrow, bye." I don't think he slept. And the only thing I'm upset about is I didn't do it. It's just a very ordinary picture of me standing there, and you can't even tell I was pregnant. But anyway.
Well, so you're coming into this business after having a whole other very successful career. Yeah. So Sheri, we want to hear about this new business, which started with you not wanting to take any naked pictures of yourself.
Yeah, actually, that is a lot to do with it. I always swore I would never be one of those women that would get out of shape and overweight. As a matter of fact, I was quite appalled by those people. I thought, come on. I will never let that happen, because I was always quite fit as a youth. But it ended up, once I got pregnant with my first, I put on 40 to 50 pounds. And I lost a bit, but I kept 10. Then the next child kind of kept 10. And the next one kept 10. So yeah, I ended up being actually about a good 50 pounds overweight consistently I struggled with it for almost 10 years.
Wow.
So what happened is we were flying over to Denmark. My husband's Danish. And in the seat pocket in front of me, I read this article about the cross-country ski Olympic coaches of the cross-country ski teams, the Olympic coaches. They'd send their athletes out in the off-season, and they had them biking, running, swimming, and weight training. But regardless of how much of all those activities they had them doing, they would always enter the season in less shape than they left. And the coaches were kind of going, "This isn't working. We're going to have to follow the snow to keep our athletes fit." So what happened is they thought the snow was what was keeping them fit, but it wasn't. It was the total body motion that they go through.
Right.
So it wasn't until the cross-country ski coaches said, "Let's take these poles and we'll take them to dry land." And they had them hiking, walking, and running with the poles. So I read this article, and I'm kind of like, "Wow, that sounds kind of interesting," because I was walking, and I've never really have been a gym person, shall we say. 2 more of the weights wasn't my thing. And so, 3 days later, isn't it interesting how you've never heard of something, and then suddenly it kind of shows up in your life? Well, 3 days later, my mother-in-law got a pair of poles for Christmas. I have to say, I brought my mother-in-law's poles home. I lost 30 pounds in 6 months, and then I lost another 50 6 months after that.
Wow. So the poles are amazing.
Yeah.
And the business, Keenfit, is actually a lot more than just making the poles and selling them.
Oh, it's huge. I truly emotionally am touched. Every week I almost cry, actually, because someone has thanked me for changing their lives.
So you gave up the construction business entirely?
Yeah, there was an overlap.
So there's some kids in between, having kids in there.
Yeah.
And so you're not having any fun at all, I can tell.
I love what I do.
So when you say, what do you do? You redesigned or created your own design.
For my the
Are
walking
you
poles, yeah.
manufacturing them?
Yes, and I manufacture them.
And you're marketing them?
Yeah, and I have
and
videos.
distributing them and selling them.
Plus, I have certified instructors across Canada and the United States that I do have a certification program.
Wow.
And yeah, and I speak. I love to speak, and like I said, my goal is to raise the fitness level of North America, and I want to do it by creating a walking revolution.
You're obviously having fun. You're making a big difference in people's lives. 13 years in, you've written a book.
Yes, because you know why? I talk to people and get them pretty excited. I'm a little bit of a motivator, I am, and people want what I have. I want whatever she's having. So but I realized that I'd run into the person shortly after and they'd be throwing, I'm not walking, or I'm not doing this, and they'd all have all these excuses. And so I've coined the word exercuses. So
Exercuses.
Yes.
Got it.
Exercise excuses, and I call it exercuse. I've actually coined and trademarked the word. And my book is called Stop the Exercuses, Win at the Exercise Excuse Game.
Cool.
And what's your excuse?
I don't want to get into that right now.
Everybody has them. And one of my main chapters in the book is called The Irony of the Exercuse. Okay?
Exactly.
And what that is the first one I always hear from people is, I'm just way too busy. If you were as busy as me, you couldn't do it either. I just don't have the time. Too busy. The next one is, I'm so tired. Oh gosh, I can barely get up and move around. I'm so tired. I just don't have any energy. I'll do it when I have more energy. The next one is, I'm so stressed. If I do anything else, I'll either explode or implode. And then the next one on top of that is, I hurt somewhere, which is very common. Someone hurts. So the irony of the excuse is, well, if you hurt somewhere and there's something wrong with you, I don't know a doctor today that says, don't move.
Right.
Sit down, lay down, don't move. You'll be better in no time. And if he does tell you that, you better get a new doctor.
Get a new doctor, yeah.
And then the next one about stress, it's a scientific fact they've proven we handle stress better when we exercise. Mm-hmm. And then tired, how do you feel after you exercise?
Great.
Yeah,
invigorated.
Exactly. Yeah. More people say I have more energy. If anything, they say, why don't I do this more often?
So how does it create more time for me? I'm interested in this one.
Well, wait, this is my last one. So if you're not hurting, you're handling stress better, okay, you have more energy. What do you have more of?
Time.
You have more time.
I wish we had more time.
I know.
We might have to get you back on Biz one-on-one once that book comes out.
I'll share a lot more.
Thank you so much, Sheri. Great having you on the show.